From here, we're going to be talking about a pretty sad situation. 8 children in Fana actually drowned, and we're going to be getting into the dynamics of that. Carlos Caloni is with us here at Joy News, and he joins us with the details. If you can hear me, Carlos, what is the latest development? What do you gather from that community?
All right, thank you so much. We are here in the Fana community, which is within the Gan South municipality of the Greater Accra region. As you rightly said, 8 young kids actually drowned yesterday when they were returning from school back into the community. And we are told that there were about 12 people on board, including the boat owner. And out of that number, 8 have been confirmed dead, and their bodies have been conveyed to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital morgue by the police. And 3 are alive, a boy and a girl. They are alive, and 1 is still missing. So that brings the number to 12 people who were actually on board the canoe at the time of the incident. In fact, in the community here, the mood is a solemn one where you find a lot of people gathered in groups and actually discussing this very disastrous situation that met them yesterday. And so that is the update in the community. I'm told that the boat's owner has been sent to the police to make a formal statement to what actually happened, whilst the parents of the victims have also been asked to come over to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital to identify the bodies for further investigation to be launched into the matter. And so in a community, you find groups of people gathered and they have been discussing the issue. But fortunately, I have the assemblyman for the area who I'm going to engage shortly to find out some fine details of what exactly happened yesterday. So kindly give us your name.
My name is Dambright Abayate.
Okay, so tell us something about this community in terms of the population.
Oh, I heard you say 300, but we have a voter population over 800 over here, and so there are a lot of people in the enclave. They are all over scattered. Just that somewhere around after school period yesterday, we heard that our children were returning from school, and unfortunately, the boat they were using capsized, and then we've lost lives. In fact, there were 12 confirmed to me this morning in the boat, and then we had 9 lost, 3 survived. And then as we speak, one of the survivors were with the police, 1 is at the hospital, and 1 is here with me over there. Now, one of the children is still missing in the water, and brothers are doing all they could to have her retrieved, and that's what we are praying for. Her name is Victoria.
All right, thank you so much for the update. But we want to understand the age range of the kids who actually lost their life.
Between 1 and 13. 1 and 13. Age 1 to 13.
So those are the people age 1 to 13. Yes. And then the 2 that survived are...
The 2 that survived, what's her name? She is 13 years. And the other one I learned is 5. And the other, I cannot remember the age proper. Yeah, I think 9.
Okay, so share with us, why do these kids have to cross that dangerous path to attend school in another community?
I think first of all, you can see that the community has no school over here. We don't have school here. And that's how come they are making it at the other side, or Chokombe. That's where they go to school. In fact, both ways they have to cross river to the school. And so it is just unfortunate that this time around this had to happen. All things being equal, I believe we could have done better, and the boats would have been big enough to accommodate the numbers that were in it. And then the person manning the boat too should be grown enough. You could realize that because there was no elderly person around, that's why the 13-year-old guy took the responsibility to paddle the brothers to shore. But unfortunately, they were hit by a wave, and then this is what happened.
Okay, so the understanding per what you're saying is that there was no senior person in charge of the boat at the time?
Not at all. And not that any boat owner wrongly did something. In fact, I'm told that there's a man there called Awoche. He normally goes to pick these kids from school and then bring them home. But the boat that he uses is spoiled as we speak. In fact, he even appealed to them to help him so that he can put it back to use. And then they could not have that done before this incident. That's it.
All right, so if I understand you, well, it means that from Adam, this community has never had an institution or a school.
No, not at all.
So you are the assemblyman. What measures have you put in place, not to build school, but at least to ensure that these kids who cross to the other side have their life jacket or a boat to ensure that lives are not lost?
When you mention the life jacket, I just don't want to, life jackets where there's used to be commercial, crossing, if you like, people engage in that kind of, when you go to Kwando, you go to our dying areas, people do that there. And even there, they don't have life jacket. People whose responsibility it is to make sure that people use life jacket, they don't do that. So I wonder how this small community can be able to do something of the sort. However, if there could be an NGO who could come to our aid and then help the situation, fine. But for me, government, then it will be ages.
So it means that the assembly is really not responsible when it comes to protecting lives as low as kids between 1 year to 13 years. You don't have a school in the community.
If there's any assembly which is irresponsible, I should say that it is Weija. I'm saying so because where the thing happened is Weija. And this place is not the normal place for the canal to be paved. It used to be somewhere there in Botiano. And because they were, droning out the upstream, because they've allowed people to build in the river, in the buffers, and nobody's talking about that. And that's how come this one ought to be entering the sea every day. Because as and when it is closed, some people will suffer upstream. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they have to, who are giving the permit for people to be building in Tetegu? They should go and ask Weija. You understand? My brother, there's so much. There's so much.
Okay, so what is the plan for the victims and their families now?
From me, you should be seeing Admo here, but I'm told they are on their way. Again, like I said, this is something that happened at the other side. So I'm expecting the NADMO officers from my assembly, together with that of Weija, to collaborate so that they can come into the aid of our people, and we'll see how best those traumatized can be attended to. That's it.
Okay, let's look at the police angle. You are the assembly member for the area. Have you had any interactions with the police, and what have they been telling you regarding this particular incident?
My elders did so well. Before I got here, I was somewhere far before they called. But before I got here, they've engaged the police. The police came in and they helped, took the bodies to the mortuary. And they took first 7. Then later they found one. They came for that one too, and then took it away. We used to badge the police, but I would doff my care for them this time around.
All right. Thank you so much. So should they be expecting some packages from the assembly at least to take care of their current situation?
I can tell you on authority, I've spoken to my MC, Joseph Stevignani, and he's aware of what is happening here. But, just 3 days ago, something happened to us in Botiano about a church that, went down like that, and there's a small issue to Akokrobite. So as we speak, they are in a music meeting, and that's how come I'm here in his name. And right after that meeting, we'll come over and then assess the situation so that we can attend to them as expected.
So in the long term, what is the plan? Are we going to have a school in the community, or you're going to provide some means of crossing the river?
I think I need you together. Let us push this. If you go to the other island over there, we can put something there, and then that is near, so that if there should be any accident, we can attend to it quickly. So if you put up a school here, good. This community used to be full of people, but times are changing. That's why the numbers have come down as you are seeing it. So if you give us a school, we are okay. If there's no school, we are not going to have school in the interim, then we need to have a bigger boat that we can be assured that our lives are safe.
Is that what you're going to push?
Yeah, I'm pushing for that, and I want you to help me do that.
All right, thank you so much. So that is the assembly member for Fana electoral area here, Botiano electoral area, and he's been telling us, giving us updates on what has happened. And one key thing we are picking from that interview is that NADMO is yet to arrive here to speak with bereaved family and understudy exactly what actually went on yesterday. But I have a mother of one of the kids. She's very traumatized. We'll try to see if we can get something from her. Madam, how are you doing? Elinam says here. Viwa epeneni le shafi. So she's saying that she So 2 of her kids actually drowned. One was 9 years, and the second one was how many years?
1.5.
1.5 years. 9 years and 1.5 years. So she's standing here, has lost 2 of her kids, which is really, really heartbreaking. And so let me find out from you. When did you get to hear this news? At what time? Ekaye nesenyabe nana jode viwoji.
Maraku achona ba mira futa tami gbo 5 moma kama gbo maka konye jinla review mo gbo konye jinla kuma bo nkejo fi review mo gbo mai ma pera ba o gbo na ha kanye dodo mo ko ma ra dole bo bo mi avi onyun ra to mo lo fi me mo ko li dodo plo du fufu e ma rota te fe kana onyun ko amo fudu plo mi do kaka mi aya te fe review onyun to mo ba fa maro obu ye vinya sueto plo no vinya fa vi sueto o lo akoko dauda afimango ji mi ba rush ko ira okoji kaka mi aro koji ko o ba fa la afimango ji to tro ma fi ba po amamamle.
Okay, so she's basically saying that at the time the kids were supposed to have returned from school, they did not return. So she was alarmed, especially when she got the info that a boat had capsized. So she rushed there and realized that her 2 kids were involved, and they rushed them on the way. They actually passed away. So that is the update from the mother. Fifia nonoma ke nwa jofia police alo nad motor va miagboa.
Mara kwa chama oyo police over wakpo Devi kukoyo ofo koko ira motri.
Okay, so she's just giving us updates on what the police came to do yesterday. They came to convey the body. Ta madakukuna legenda posia. All right. So that is the situation here in Fana. And as you can see in your shot, there are a lot of people gathered in this community discussing the issue. And so we'll try to engage with some other community leaders to understand what the next line of action would be with regards to this particular occurrence. So can you give us your name and tell us, now the community has been hit by this disaster. What is the way forward? What are you going to do next? Are you going to the police? Are you going to the assembly? What is the community considering to do next?
Because what about happen? Because we are joa markemal rumana markaba we are atajo. Afi ojo. Ta nyam Kenya afi lerati na mikata. Talaba kop government na tauna na chunguna mi na pere mu ya pere afitila wonu. Because we are jo afi na gaji afiti na jifi buka de na rofare afi akua afi jo la gbagba. Anyam Kenya fa sese pa amto. Ta nyi be mi afa government o ta pere mi we go to do memele. To fa do memele. Afi mi afi una school. Skor kama lafia o aro maru ina ra chokome maru ina rafia afi nu ya gbegbe joa anyanwe do na kama lafia mete o achi ha ma lafia na mi akuchi ha ga afia ka mi akwacha lo chokome we wa kwa chilena.
Okay, so basically he's saying that he's looking up to the authorities to come to their aid to either put a school facility or provide a bridge so they could cross and to engage in their activities. So I'm going to ask him, how soon are they going to push for that?
Because ojo la me nyaba leko ga jogo ta na nyaba ajo atopata kula me like it because me pere nko ji me la because no ba no ba we na me ha me le ka atu me agbo na me push na me ha maka ji ba o ba we na me. Okay, ji ko so bo onye vigila nyam ya na jo onye vigila kana chofu ofo a ka wota o pere na me akana mo yon to mo nya vigila onye aro mo ji po fi na kuna po ka ko problem mo ta pere me yan.
All right, so he's saying that the government should be sensitive enough to consider the situation they are in now, so it can speedily come to their aid to provide either a school facility or a bridge or a safe crossing way for their school kids. And so there's another elder or community leader here in Fana who is also going to speak to us about the situation.
Okay, natafe ni adzo enyebe nya vio o lafia ono sukoyim la ono nya vio lafia ono sukoyim la busiama kple chokome ale be etɔ ve domi etɔ me tɔ katã domi ne miewɔ tsi afia miakpɔ be ezezia le afi godzi zizã gale afi me ɖa ke fifi afia míele dziʋu keka ɖeka va xe gake fifi le efia etsɔ ko míele afia dzi ko ɖeviwo míenɔ nanam.
Okay, ta fia be ŋume dzɔ ma, ŋume dzɔ. Ale the view over Buta. Okay, so he was just trying to rehash the story we've already told you. Okay, so he's saying that they expect the government to come to their aid as soon as possible. But fortunately, we have an eyewitness who was actually on board the canoe at the time of the incident. She is the 13-year-old girl here. She is going to share with us what she saw. Even though she's traumatized, we hope that she'll be able to tell us what happened yesterday. So give us your name.
Please, my name is Enyonam Ekpe.
Okay, so what time did this incident happen?
Please, 5:40 p.m.
Can you tell us what happened?
Please, yes. Yesterday, when we are coming home, we don't get boat, and I saw some young boy driving a boat, and I called and said that we should come and pick us. So when the boy came, then I told her that we are plenty inside the boat, so we should remove some people down and go and come and take us. The boy told me, said that the boat to go. I told her again, then the boy said the boat to go. When I was going, then the boat has come and turned. Then I was holding my brother, and my brother fell down. Then I can't find my brother again. Then I hold the boat. When I hold the boat, and some man come and take me home.
So at that point, you couldn't get hold of your brother?
Please, no.
Okay. So what happened to the other people in the boat?
Please, they have died.
Okay. All right. So how did you raise alarm at the time?
Please, when we are coming, then the boy take us. Then I said we should put us down.
Okay. We are so sorry for your loss. Right. All right. Thank you so much. So that's the story from an eyewitness who actually survived the incident. And so from Fana here, as you can see in your shots, people are really gathered here having some discussion. You can see the elders in your shot who, according to them, have been sitting here all night trying to assess the situation, what really happened and what the way forward would be. So that is the meeting ongoing. But if you see here, you find ladies and women who are actually in a mourning situation, and they are in groups and discussing the issues here. So from Fana, we will now be engaging with the police to understand what they are doing about the situation, whether they are going to take any legal actions against the owner of the boat. And we'll also find out from the assembly if, due to this incident, they would consider building a crèche or a basic school in the community, or provide a safe way of crossing the river to the other side. So from Fana here in the South municipality of the